Welcome back to Career Power Hyderabad, powered by Adda 24/7. So students, today we'll discuss the important MCQs. But before going into the MCQ session, please subscribe our YouTube channel, like our videos, share our videos. So please share the videos so that many of the bank SSC RRB aspirants will get useful because of the current affairs session. And also download the Career Power Hyderabad app and do join the Telegram channel for this PDF. So let us go into the first MCQ for today. So the 28th ASEAN Regional Forum Ministerial Meeting, so which was held under the chairmanship of which of the following countries? So the 28th ASEAN Regional Forum Ministerial Meeting was held under the leadership of Brunei. So under the leadership of Brunei, so the 28th ASEAN Regional Forum Ministerial Meeting was held. So let us see the news. So this meeting was held on 6th August. Virtually under the chairmanship of Brunei. So from India, the Ministry of State for External Affairs. So he is Ministry of State for External Affairs. Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh has participated in the event. Okay. So in this event, the member countries, they exchanged views on the international and regional issues and further direction of the regional forum. Okay. So they adopted a joint statement on promoting youth, peace and security. So this regional forum, ASEAN Regional Forum, was launched in 1993 by 27 multilateral grouping, mainly to facilitate cooperation on political and security issues. Okay, so this group was launched to facilitate political and security issues cooperation. So let us see about ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is a regional organization established in 1967 to promote political and social stability in the Asia Pacific region, and the motto of ASEAN is one vision, one identity, one community. And 8th August is generally observed as the ASEAN Day, and ASEAN Secretariat is in Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. Okay, so let us see the members of ASEAN. So currently 10 members. So Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Laos, Philippines and Brunei. So these are all the members of ASEAN. India is not a member. Please remember, India is not a member of ASEAN. Okay. So this is about ASEAN. Okay. Let's go into the next question. So ISRO chairman, so Dr. K. Shivan, so he formally inaugurated Health Quest study. So he formally inaugurated Health Quest study. So what does U stands in Quest? So what does U stands in Quest? So it is upgradation. So the full form of Quest is, so it is quality upgradation enabled by space technology. Quality upgradation enabled by space technology. So this is the full form of Quest. So this was launched by ISRO chairman Dr. K. Shivan. So ISRO chief Dr. K. Shivan has formally launched a Quest study, Health Quest study, which is health quality upgradation enabled by space technology of ISRO. So this will be undertaken by 20 private hospitals across India. So this event was co-organized by the Association of Healthcare Providers India and the Society for Emergency Medicine in India. So under this study, the main objective of this study is strive towards reducing human errors and achieve zero defect and quality service in emergency and intensive care units of hospitals. So the study aims to upgrade healthcare standards in line with ISRO quality standards. Okay, so the quality assurance mechanism which was followed in ISRO will be shared with the study team to establish the parameters for healthcare quality standards. So very simple, the standards used in ISRO will be used in all these hospitals to improve the quality in these hospitals. So ISRO chairman Dr. K. Shivan, ISRO headquarters Bengaluru, and ISRO was established in 1969, the premier space research agency in India. Okay. So next question, Amazon Web Services, which is part of Amazon, so it has chosen as the cloud provider to which of the following bank? So Amazon Web Services was chosen as a cloud provider to which of the following bank? The answer is RBL Bank. So RBL Bank is chosen as the cloud provider for the RBL Bank has chosen Amazon Web Services as its cloud provider. Okay, cloud service provider. So this partnership will strengthen the artificial intelligence powered banking solutions and drive digital transformation at the bank. So Amazon Web Services, which is a subsidiary of Amazon, which will provide cloud computing platforms. So RBL Bank will use Amazon Textract, a machine learning service which will automatically extract text, handwriting and data from scanned documents across the bank's risk and operation divisions to predict the default risk. Okay, it will predict the default risk, how many loans will get defaulted. So RBL Bank established 1943, RBL Bank headquarters Mumbai. Okay, so do remember all these points. So next question, who is the first brand ambassador of Cashify, which is a e-commerce marketplace? So Cashify's first brand ambassador, Rajkumar Rao. So famous Bollywood actor Rajkumar Rao. So he will be the brand ambassador of Cashify, which is a repurchase platform which will sell and buy used smartphones and other electronic gadgets. So this actor has signed a multi-year contract where he will promote the products across digital media platforms. Okay, and Cashify is very famous for its smartphone buyback category. So currently Cashify offers an online platform to sell old or used electronic gadgets, primarily smartphones, followed by laptops, tabs, desktops and gaming consoles. So this company was launched in 2013 with more than 1500 serviceable locations in India in a span of 7 years. So this company currently has 2 million customers, okay, and it is headquartered in Gurugram, Haryana. So do remember all these points. Next question, very important question. World Elephant Day is observed on which of the following day for preservation and protection of global elephants? World Elephant Day is observed on August 12th. So August 12th is observed as World Elephant Day for the preservation and protection of global elephants. The main objective of the day is to create awareness about elephant conservation, share knowledge and positive solutions for the better protection and management of the wild and captive elephants. So this day will help to protect elephants and to maintain the biodiversity of rainforests. It will create awareness for better treatment of the captive elephants. Captive elephants means elephants which are in zoos or temples, against their illegal poaching and trade for ivory. So in the IUCN Red List, African elephants are listed as vulnerable and Asian elephants are listed as endangered. Okay, so do remember all these points. Next question, what is the theme of International Youth Day? International Youth Day is also observed on 20th July. So International Youth Day theme is transforming food systems, youth innovation for human and planetary health. So transforming food systems, youth innovation for human and planetary health. Okay, so this day is observed mainly to draw attention towards youth issues worldwide. So the efforts put by youth for betterment of society, this day will recognize the efforts put by youth for betterment of society. It will aim to promote the ways to engage youth and make them actively involved in their communities. Okay, and the theme for this year is transforming food systems, youth innovation for human and planetary health. So the theme highlights the ways in which engagement of youth, young people at local, national and global levels in enriching national and multinational institutions and processes, as well as draw lessons on how their representation and engagement is significantly enhanced. So that is the theme objective of this year. Okay, so next question. So DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization of India, they have successfully tested the subsonic cruise missile, indigenously developed subsonic cruise missile at the ITR Chandipur near Odisha, so integrated test range near Odisha. So which of the following is the missile which was testified recently? The answer is Nirbhay. So Nirbhay, which is a long range subsonic cruise missile, successfully testified at Chandipur, Odisha. It is India's first indigenously technology cruise missile, ITCM, indigenous technology cruise missile, first developed in India. Okay, so this Nirbhay is powered by the made in India Manik turbofan engine. So Manik turbofan engine is used to propel the Nirbhay missile. So this was created recently, the Manik turbofan engine. So Nirbhay missile, so that is why they testified it. So Nirbhay missile was developed by the Aeronautical Development Establishment, a DRDO lab in Bengaluru, and Manik turbofan engine is developed by the Gas Turbine Research Establishment, also a DRDO lab in Bengaluru. Okay, Let us see details about Nirbhay, very very important. Nirbhay is a long range all weather subsonic cruise missile designed and developed by DRDO. So this missile can be launched from multiple platforms, air, water, land, and capable of carrying conventional and nuclear warheads. It's a two-stage missile powered by solid rocket motor booster and capable of carrying warheads of up to 300 kg and a speed of 0.6 to 0.7 Mach. Okay, so these are all the specifications of Nirbhay, and an operational range of 1000 kilometers. And Nirbhay is an Indian version of American Tomahawk. So like America has Tomahawk, India has Nirbhay. So DRDO chairman Satish Reddy, headquarters New Delhi, established 1928. The premier R&D, defense R&D in India is DRDO. Okay, next question. So Quad navies to undertake the annual Malabar exercise from August 21st off the coast of Guam. Okay, it is in a Pacific Ocean, this particular island. So which of the following countries is not part of Quad? Quad means total 4 countries. Which country is not part of Quad? India is a part of Quad, US is a part of Quad, Japan is a part of Quad, Australia is part of Quad. So China is not part of Quad. So China is not part of Quad. So the answer is China. Okay. So Quad navies, India, USA, Japan, Australia. So they will be conducting the Malabar naval exercise from August 21st off the coast of Guam in Indo-Pacific. So the harbor phase will be conducted from 21st to 24. Sea phase will be conducted from 25 to 29 of August. And from Indian side, destroyer INS Ranvijay, frigate INS Shivalik are participating, along with the maritime reconnaissance aircraft P-8I and anti-submarine warfare helicopters and special forces of the Navy called the Marcos, Marine Commandos. The main objective of the Malabar exercise is to enhance the interoperability of the naval powers of the 4 Quad countries. So Quad, let us see about Quad, which is a 4-nation alliance of India, Australia, USA, Japan, which was established in 2007. Okay, so this Quad was established in 2007. So let us see about Malabar exercise, which is initially a trilateral naval exercise between India, Japan and USA. Later on, from 2020, Australia also has been part of the Malabar exercise. Okay, so do remember all these points, very very important. So next question, very very important question. So which state government has renamed a landmark freedom movement Kakori Train Conspiracy to Kakori Train Action? So which state government has replaced the name of Kakori Train Conspiracy to Kakori Train Action? The answer is Uttar Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh, it gave an official notification that, so officially it will be called the Kakori Train Action instead of Kakori Train Robbery or Kakori Train Conspiracy. So Uttar Pradesh government was paying the tributes to the revolutionaries who were hanged for robbing a train in Kakori to buy weapons in 1925. So that is why UP has changed the name to respect the revolutionaries. So let us see what is the incident. So the Kakori train action is a train robbery committed by the revolutionaries of Indian freedom movement against the British on August 9th, 1925 in a village near Kakori, in a village called Kakori near Lucknow. So this robbery was conducted by Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashafullah Khan, Roshan Singh, Rajendra Lahiri, Keshav Chakrabarti, Mukundi Lal, Banwari Lal. So all these people, almost 10 freedom fighters, prominent freedom fighters have participated in this event. And significantly, Ram Prasad Bismil, Asafullah Khan, Roshan Singh were hanged on December 19th, 1927 for their involvement in the Kakori train conspiracy. Okay, so in order to honor these freedom fighters, we renamed it into train action. So UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, UP Governor Anandbeen Patel. So do remember all these points. So next question, India and which of the following country are set to conduct their first ever naval exercise? Al-Mohid Al-Hind 2021. So which country will participate in this naval exercise called Al-Mohid Al-Hind? The answer is Saudi Arabia. So for the first time, India and Saudi Arabia are participating in the naval exercise called Al-Mohid Al-Hind. So from Indian side, destroyer INS Kochi has reached Saudi Arabia. So this joint exercise is mainly to showcase the defense and military cooperation between India and Saudi Arabia. Okay, so do remember all these points. So next question, Indian Air Force is building one of the world's highest mobile ATC, air traffic control towers, in which of the following state or union territory? Indian Air Force is building one of the world's highest mobile ATC in which of the following union territories? The answer is Ladakh. So in eastern Ladakh, Indian Air Force is building the world's highest air traffic control at the advanced landing ground in Ladakh. So this ATC, air traffic control, will control the operations of fixed wing aircraft and helicopters in the eastern Ladakh region. And also, government is also considering multiple options of developing airfields in eastern Ladakh, including the Daulat Beg Olding, Fukchi and Nyoma, okay, which are a few minutes from the LAC, the line of actual control with China. So this particular airstrips is very strategic for India to compete with China. Okay, so Air Chief Marshal, the Chief of Air Staff, Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhaduria, Air Force established 1932, Air Force headquarters New Delhi. So do remember all these points. So next question, which of the following became the first state of India to recognize the community forest resource rights? So which of the following became the first state of India to recognize the community forest resource rights? The answer is Chhattisgarh. So Chhattisgarh is the first state to recognize the forest resource rights in urban region. The state government recognized the right of residents of Damtari district, which is spread over 4,000 hectares of forest there. In addition to Damtari district, the state government also recognized the community rights of nearly 5,500 hectares of forest within the core area of the Sitanandi Udanti Tiger Reserve area. Okay, so what is these community forest rights or forest resource rights? Okay, so any forest resource that the tribal and other forest dwelling communities use and depend for livelihood is called the community forest resource. So this can be a common forest area that the community is conserving and protecting to make use of these resources. Okay, so community forest reserves area may include any of them. They can include revenue forest, classified and unclassified forest, deemed forest, reserve forest, protected area, sanctuary, national park. Anything can come under the community forest resource. Okay, so the Forest Right Act of 2006, it gave Gram Sabha the right to protect, regenerate, conserve, manage any forest resource used by the entire community or village which they have been traditionally protecting and conserving for sustainable use. Okay, so this act recognizes the rights of the forest dwelling tribal communities and traditional forest dwellers to the forest resources. So this act is also called the Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Recognition of Forest Act 2006. Okay, so do remember about this. So remember about the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh Bhupesh Bagal and Governor of Chhattisgarh Anusuya UK. So Anusuya UK, the Governor of Chhattisgarh, Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh Bhupesh Bagal. So next question, so who is the new chairman of National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority? So who is the new chairman of National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority? The answer is Kamlesh Kumar Pant. So Kamlesh Kumar Pant is the new chairman of the National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. So this pricing authority was established by government in 1997. So this is an office attached to the Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. So remember, it is Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, not Health Ministry. So it is headquartered in New Delhi, and the main objective of this National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority is regulating prices of drugs. It will ensure accessibility, availability of medicines to people at affordable prices. Okay, so currently it is fixing prices of drugs on the National List of Essential Medicines under Schedule 1 of the Drug Price Control Orders. Okay, So it is currently fixing prices of the national list of essential medicines. So do remember all these points about NPPA. Okay. So we already discussed this question. International Youth Day is observed on which of the following day? We already discussed the theme. Now we are discussing about International Youth Day. International Youth Day is celebrated on August 12th. International Youth Day is celebrated on August 12th, and the theme is Transforming Food Systems, Youth Innovation for Human and Planetary Health. Okay, so last question for today. So International Cricket Council has confirmed it will campaign for inclusion of the sport, cricket sport, at Los Angeles Olympics. So Los Angeles Olympics will be conducted in which year? So Los Angeles Olympics will be conducted in which year? The answer is 2028. The answer is 2028. So in the year of 2028, Los Angeles Olympics will be conducted at Los Angeles. So International Cricket Council has confirmed that it is campaigning for the inclusion of cricket at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. So cricket earlier was once appeared in Olympics way back in 1900 in the Paris Olympics. So in Paris Olympics in 1900, cricket appeared. Okay, so just one match was held between Great Britain and France. Okay, now again in 2028, if this sport is included, so it will mark the end of 128-year absence. If it is entering in the 2028 Olympics, it will mark the end of 128 years of absence of the cricket sport. Okay, so ICC headquarters Dubai, UAE. Established 1909, ICC chairman currently is Greg Barclay, and the interim CEO, Manu Sanve has resigned from the ICC CEO position. So the interim CEO of ICC is Jeff Aldrich. Okay, so do remember all these points, very, very important. So these are all the MCQs for today. So please subscribe our YouTube channel, like our videos, share our videos, join the Telegram channel for this PDF. For all other important PDFs, so do join the Telegram channel. We daily provide current affairs, vocabulary, MCQ quiz, everything we'll provide in the Telegram channel. And do download the Career Power Hyderabad app. We'll provide the link in the description as well as comment section. So thank you students. We'll meet in the next session.